Hello and welcome to your weekly Excel tutorials with Dave. Today we're going to be talking about how to use basic functions in Excel. So first, I think it's relevant to talk a little bit about what a function can do and why you might want to use one. What a function can do is it can cut out a little bit of time for you in the fact that it can add together different cells. So instead of taking Monday through Friday here to add them up and get 20, what this will do is it'll add it up for you. It'll get 20 and you'll get a lot less error in any more complicated situation. So if you want to kind of cut down on the time and the risk of error, then you should start using functions they can do a lot of different things for you, including count, or you can find the maximum, you can find the minimum, and a lot of more complicated things very, very simply if you understand how to use the function. So if that's what you're here for, you're in the right place. So what I'd like to talk a little bit about is the format of the function cell. As you can tell, these right here are number format. This is a text-based format, and this is a date format. The way that Excel understands that you're not trying to put in information and you're trying to put in instead a function is by first using the equal sign. So if you precede any function name with the equal sign, Excel knows what you're trying to do. So in this case, I'll use a simple function, and I just type in sum. So as you can see, there are a lot of different types of sum. In this case, we're going to use the very basic, which is exactly what you'd expect. All it's going to do is it's going to add any of the cells that you select. So right here we have the sum, and hit enter, and finally our formula is equals sum paren all the different cells and then end the paren. So I can enter it, as you just saw, I can enter it right here in the cell itself and select whatever I need. However, there's another way that might be more helpful to you if you have a more complicated formula, that you can add this function right into this formula bar. The formula bar allows you to have a little more space to work. It's a little less clunky in case it gets long or complicated, and you can also expand the formula bar to insert more text, just whatever ends up happening. So in this case, I can actually use like just any function at all, and I can still select my cells and end it just as I would anywhere else. So this actually is sum, count, and maximum, which each of these, this has 5 cells that have information in them. This one adds up to 20, and this one happens to be the maximum entry is 8. So each of these functions have worked just fine, but there's one more way. So what I can just select the cell that I want the formula to be in and use this insert function. Insert function is a little bit easier to navigate if you don't know exactly what the function is called that you want to use. So this has the most recently used, and these will most likely have what you're looking for once you get used to it. But it's helpful to know that if you select a category here, you can actually kind of cut down on what you're seeing. So you have these different text functions, logical functions, date and time, or math and trigonometry, statistical, lookup, reference, and all that different kind of stuff. And a lot of people tend to use the financial. I don't happen to, so I'm less familiar with it. But you can actually do this. This is just a character. This is, a dollar and things like that. What I like to use is most recently used. Once you get used to this is probably where your functions are going to be anyway. So we can actually use that function sum again, and then the number, you actually click on this so you can select what cells you want to be added together, and there you go. So that is the third way to enter a function. To recap, you can enter the function directly into the cell you've selected. You can select the cell and use the formula bar, or you can select the cell that you want and use this insert function wizard. So if you like this video, if you found it helpful, please subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments or send me a message and I'll get back to you. Thank you.